Mhm.
Yeah. Right. Yeah. They should do it.
Hey, Carter. Hey, Carter. How you doing?
I'm doing it wrong one and all. Yeah, baby.
Yeah, there's some bits and bobs that need to fit with it. Yeah, like in
How
terms
is
of the flow.
how is the new route at at the frame zero? Does it stop the sliding?
Yeah, I mean the strides are much better. There's one last thing I've got to sort with uh, the full getting triggered basically. Hey, where did you? What was wrong with Dado? It's definitely Dado's fault. Dado had completely messed up the mirroring and the pose matching. Can you imagine? But I'm this animation is just not good. Don't have the energy to try and fix this crap. Yeah, yeah. Back to yours. Just need to fix this weird behavior like that. That I think it's because it falls because it's such a thin ledge like that, and it's just a little bit off. I'm gonna just give it a lot of leeway. To be honest, now the last and only thing you need to sort when you transition from stride to apply it. Well, that just here just falls for this one. Why doesn't it even do it? So you're going from a flat to a stride, no issue. That doesn't like it. And I think primarily, really, just because you need to, you know what? Let's try this stuff. Something I want to see. Sure. And why the feet split? Whatever it is. Hold on, let me go back. Let's go back first. And then once. Cool. So let's do this. Yeah, the pliers are beautiful. Strides are beautiful. Now it's just about connecting the two up because obviously a bit more. You stay on the thing a bit more, so momentum. The oh, mm mm mm. Wait, you can't just see my color. I don't know. You don't care about it. Mm, 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 mm. There's only not I'm just doing this, but see it. This does what I need it to do. And if it does, then there's just a little couple things I need to fix up, and then we should be able to. And I've also made a change that allows you to. We obviously need more animations that launch you further. That's one thing. Allows you, like, once you are in the climax, to control yourself, to give yourself a boost. No. Delete and re-elaborate. I think it's probably going to make as much of a difference. So going from this to a strut, pretty, yeah, pretty fine. I hate that it does that. Like, then if I tap, right, and then to go to applier, then I guess it's because the blender carries it. Yeah, it's only 4, which I mean it makes a lot of sense. That does make sense. Does make sense. But then you do 4. What's happening there as well? I mean that's just triggering the 4. 2 is like, I think it's from the VP being off. Yeah. Annoyingly, primarily because I mean if I don't push forward on the thing, it doesn't get an additive from and it does that, and that I hate with a passion and deep inside my bones. So that whatever that guy is needs to get sorted. Okay, yeah, already there's some sus stuff there because that is already getting pulled to the right position, and then it starts falling. Okay, so that is one thing we've got fixed. That scenario there where it has a good wall, but then it's falling. You know what though? Think I know why that is. Let's say, this example. I don't know about how correct it is. I think it's actually wrong. This is wrong, but I want to get rid of this crappy. So I can debug one thing at a time. Yeah, the one I want to debug first is the transition between. I don't want to kill the root motion, but feeling. We see here. So the stride for the plier is not too bad because if you see the root doesn't really move forward much from when it lands to when it goes off again. Whereas if we look at stride, it kind of makes sense, to be fair. Like it's weird because it is you are blending between because it sees here the root when you land. This point to like wherever this bit of the carry through, it does like actually move quite a bit to be honest. Especially unless we say that for like a stride after landing, your route is going to be your furthest. No. That's not going to make any sense because then you can't say route that. Because then we have this bit Oh, we're going out to stride, right? The next bit. So we have enough cutout frames to blend in and blend out this guy nicely. But this bit here is the. You really don't. Stride's tricky because you don't. It's such a quick action. You actually don't have a lot of time between the two. Yeah, between the two things to. It's dodgy. Ooh, what's going on there? I mean, I had a feeling this guy was dodgy. Let's go to the full. Let's just turn off the full for now. Yeah, let's just turn off the full for now. So that we don't ever fall. And then what we'll do is we will see about probably is an animation thing. Might need to lock the root to this bone. And then that's that. Can I ask a potential question? In this build, can you be stood completely still on a wall, ground rail, and then perform a jump / precision? I can show you. You kind of did. So if I walk up to this edge, for example, take a step back, stand still. Okay, if it doesn't want me to do that. And yeah, you can do a pre. So I'm guessing you mean like a standing pre. So like if I'm on here and I do that, and it does this, right? Is that what you mean, or? Like this kind of thing, or? Let me know. So yeah, so you can so you can do that. Like so you can do like a running pre, stick it, or you can like stand still. So walk up, stand still, and then jump. You're pressing the same button. It's doing it for you. It's deciding based on. So if I run at this guy and jump, it'll do a running pre. Or if I run at this guy and so if I run, stop at the edge, for example, stand still and then jump, I'll do a standing pre. And then if I do a running pre and then jump again, I'll do. So yeah, ignore this. I've botched all this stuff. Yeah, ignore this stuff. I'm just debugging. So if I tap again, it'll do a stride, and if I hold a little bit longer, it'll do a plier. So you can do like running pre, prior, stick. You can do like running pre, stride, stick. Well, if the freaking thing worked. There you go. Or you can do like running pre, stick, stand still again, shuffle to the left or right a little bit, standing pre, bang. So yeah, do whatever you want really. And then obviously then it's rather than having to do some weird like navigate your character in the air, it's just like time it, just like the timing for whether or not you do a stride or a plier, and then the timing of your stick will determine whether or not you make it. Can you stride all the way and finish with a front flip and load and landing? I've broken a lot of stuff right now. You can though. Let me try ply all the way. Oh, this bit is too far. I've turned off the falling as well. Oh, hold on. I think I've turned off the. I was like, why is this stride broken? It's because I've got no root motion. Let's see here. Hold on. You're saying like stride. Oh, stride, stride, stride. No, I don't have I haven't added an animation for the um the front, and the side flip I have isn't one where you like take off like on the ledge kind of thing. Um, but yeah, you can do that. The logic, I guess, is in for it. Like, I guess if you had like made this guy big, if you had something like this, right, you went like stride, side, three, that kind of thing, right? So like side. Oh, okay. Stride, side. Or you can do like stride, jump again, flyer, stride, or jump off, or slide. Can't do stride, plier, which is what I'm trying to fix now. No, plier. I've turned off the falling as well, so. Yeah, you can do that. And then I've got fixed land, yeah. Bits and bobs. I was playing around and I didn't understand jump aside. I know you're working. Yeah, sorry, yeah. This version is basically a completely whole different. There's no falling right now. You do like little precision movements. So if you want to like, for example, at the edge, and you want to like go right to the edge, you can like hold the right bumper and like take a step forward. Maybe like right by the edge, and then you can do your standing jump. After you reach, fairly often to be fair. I mean, I meet with Drew a lot, because there any like design stuff, like creative, in terms of like the vision, the game, the vibe, that kind of stuff. Uh, they're all really involved. Um, yeah, for sure. I think one of the things, even when we speak with Drew, is really nailing the parkour specific elements. So like prees, strides, like running prees, sticks, that kind of stuff, like arm jump, like that is quite a big like priority, I think, because it's also I think a lot of games have flips, and a lot of games have like jump off the thing, and while you're in the air, you're flipping around and you're doing the rolling, like you're doing a front flip in air and yada yada. But not many games will have a stride mechanic like this, you know what I mean? That you can. Well, no games really. Oh, sorry, he should be falling at this point. I bugged it. So yeah, that's our priority really is getting a really and the main thing is to make it scalable. So if you look at like, I'm trying to think of a good example. We work in the game. Programming, there's two of us, but there's a lot of then another Guns does a lot of the art stuff, or like the world and stuff. He's been smashing out recently. Um, yeah, so full time too, and then Guns works like a madman anyway. So but yeah, not many. But yeah, so the aim was to make it completely scalable. So this guy here will seem nothing to you, but for example, like ignore this, like the standing jump, for example. To add the standing jump, it should just be a jump that you do when you're slow, if that makes sense. Like any other jump across, the standing jump should just be a jump that you do when you're slow. So it shouldn't require, and like there is no code logic to differentiate a standing jump from a running jump. It's purely the fact that you're moving slowly. But there's no like, if moving slow, dude, it's just pure like filtering by velocity and stuff. So there's this like fully scaled. So I can add infinite standing jumps and just, or infinite running jumps, and it'll just pick whichever one it needs to do that matches the speed best or the distance best and that kind of thing. So, yeah, parkour specific elements of what we're working on. As I said before, like, yeah, a lot of games have like jump and front flip, front flip, front flip. Yeah, it's also not really Storror's style of parkour. I think it's a very free runny. So that's definitely something that will be in the game. Because again, you know, I think it's quite a popular style of parkour. That like, well, I think, you know, like almost like Fortnite in the sense of like, yeah, your ability to like jump and do like triple front. You rarely see the Star Boys do it instead. Like, I think what really impresses them is like, can you do something like this, right? Like Callum, like if you look at like one of the things I thought was really cool, like Callum posted a video recently on his Instagram because what he did like this sequence of like strides to pliers. I like did like a running pre and then to some pliers, and now we're like in the game he could recreate that now with this system 1-to-1. Like if you had the environment, you could recreate that 1-to-1, like the same. You could choose when to stride, choose when to plier. Even the first jump is the kind of recreated now. So I mean, the line is basically this. I think he does like 5 or 6. So he's like, he does like the plier, something like that. So that is the kind of thing. Like, can we recreate story style of parkour first and foremost? Because we know we can do the flips. That's not weirdly technically stuff. I don't say easy, but it's like I know exactly how to do it. But like, for example, strides and pliers on really thin surfaces. It's like, not really something you see a lot. So it's nailing that mechanic in a scalable way is the priority. And then the other stuff like flips and like wall flips, like doing a backflip off this wall and stuff like that is pretty straightforward. So, yeah, I think Storror specific parkour first, and then the generalized free running and thingy mechanics will come later. If that answers your question, to each other. We do have dive rolls though. Those are always cool. I mean, you have dive rolls. You can do like, and then when you land, you can like control which way you turn out and stuff like that. So if I land like this, I can turn out facing back to myself, or I could just continue running straight, or if I want to finish 90 degrees right, I can do that. So, and then you can like, obviously you could dive roll over stuff, and then I can like do a side flip into it. And when I land, I can do a roll. If it's bad, then you do sky, and you can dive roll out. So you could all that kind of stuff, is it? No, 100%. 100%. I think that's just, you know, that's the thing our game is gonna unique about our game, I think, and the different. I think it's a different take on the yeah. I think it's parkour, like the sport itself. It's, you know, it's Storror style of parkour, which is a style that I prefer. I'm not too into the like flippy parkour. It doesn't really interest me myself too much. Um, I love the like flowy, like unique movement stuff. Stuff like Joe Scandrick kind of stuff does. And I just love like, yeah, Storror's take on parkour, I guess. Yeah, so currently, I mean, I'll show you quickly. In terms of, do you have any thoughts on distance like jump slash cat pass distance? So one of the things I've added recently is now you're good. Um, is like, so if you like, for example, if I walk into, let me give you an example. So if I walk into this cat box here, right, and I flick. So there's a couple of things that would determine it, right? Is when you flick, so when you do the input, how fast you are, the height of the wall, all these kind of stuff will go into it. So if I walk into this guy, okay, he decided not to walk. So if I walk into this dude here, he'll do this guy, right? And if I sprint and then do it from far away, he'll do more of like a divey one. Now all of these stuff will impact how far you go, right? So because the balance was like didn't want to like, so one thing we saw is like we didn't want to have this like move to this point and then launch this like arbitrary distance, because like I think it was a recent video or something that Toby mentioned it. Like it was in the STORROR video. They said like, what is that? I think one of the things he said is like, what is it about cat passes or kongs that you know someone's gonna do a kong before they've done a kong? Um, wait, Dad, are you there? Sorry. Nope. You there, Dada? He might be there. Okay. Yeah, he said in so he's like, what is it about kongs or kappas or whatever, whichever word you use, that you know it's gonna be one before you see him do it. And from like day one, way before he said that, it was the kind of thing that stuck with us. Like we were watching like Toby do it at the IMAX, and it was like before he did a cat pass, you knew he was gonna do a cat pass. Um, and we were kind of like, okay, how can we preserve that in the game? It's such a like a weird like such a subtlety that you wouldn't think about really, right? But like that arm swing, like a second or two before he does it, right? You just know already he's going into Kong. And so now, in terms of the actual question, oh, hold on, I've turned off falling. Let me turn it back on. Yeah, to answer your question in terms of like um, jump cap pass distance, we need, we want to look at some ways of making, aside from like picking an animation that launches you further in general, right? So, and that is primarily dependent on speed, right? But aside from that, ways of deterministically like pushing you in that sense. Like one thing I've added for this version at least, because I don't know if we'll have a stable way to do that yet. In terms of like we could definitely stretch the route, but it always you have like a 20% mark, but that's still not gonna give you like a deterministic like I'm gonna jump 5 meters or I'm gonna jump 6 meters. But one thing we've added is like the ability to like, so if you see if I don't do anything with the left stick, right? So I'll vault and then I'll take my hand off, and he'll just go whatever distance that is, right? Based on kind of like physics of the animation. So if I take my hand off, for example, and I try and stick, he will actually stick that. Ironically, pretty well. Um, so yeah, so that's just that. I mean, if I do a different cat pass, so this one seems to pretty much perfectly. I mean, I did actually put that there. That's ironic. Um, yeah, so if I do a different one, so let me go a bit further back and sprint into this guy. And then, so he does this guy. Ooh, what was that? Let's do it here. Let's do the other one. So this guy. So this guy is a little bit short in terms of like when he goes off. So what you can do is like push or pull on the stick. So if you do this and I push on the stick, I don't know if you can notice on this one. I don't know if you have much, but here, so I can like overdo it. So he's just like slightly missed. Or if I pull on the stick, I can underdo it. Um, so now imagine the gap is a bit bigger or a bit wider and a bit more selection in that sense. So you can sort of, I mean, just so I mean, if I move this dude, if I raise this, let me just raise this guy up. You know what? Let's go back to where I was before. Let's go over here. There's a bit more. You can see things with there. And then place my guy up here. Let's make this guy nice and long. Okay, and then let's place Another version of you, a lot smaller, a lot thinner, a lot more nice and thin. Place you like down there, right? And then let's put something for him to vault off. Doesn't need to be so wide. Put roughly like about a meter and a bit. Yeah, so like here, if you vault this dude, right? So this one has a pretty like sharp come off. So if I go a bit closer and then vault, you see I seem to underdo it every time. Like, so he does this guy, he's okay, he underdoes it. So if I now like push now and I can't even see. If I do it again and I push more, I want to make sure, yeah, he's kind of doing it. So I think this is when you'd really need. Oh, there you go. So if I sprint into this dude and do that, then I can stick this dude. But then you could be like, oh, you know what? I didn't stick it right at the edge. I'll go again. Okay, just missed. And then let's try again. A bit overshot, actually, I think. Oh, damn, that's another shoot. I'm not sure. One of these animations is proper dodgy. It could be because of the height of this guy. So the thing I don't like is it's still just ever so slightly too. Okay, so we use this animation, for example. If I don't do anything, he'll undershoot. So if I now push forward, he'll overshoot. So it's sort of the balance of being able to like. It's not like you're not gonna land it first try, unless obviously it just. Okay, there you go. So it took me about 3 tries. So it's not like crazy hard, like in this scenario. And obviously, we got 2 cat passes that don't necessarily match your speed perfectly. And I think really what we're talking about today, like your speed should really be the driving factor behind what one you pick. And then there's also how much control you want to give yourself whilst falling in air, like without making it feel like you're just a sim character, right? And it's realistic. But yeah, like you can. I mean, for example, if I put another beam, there was 2, right? And I could pick which one I wanna. Okay, so I overshot it there, so I need to pull back a little bit earlier. Not too early. Not this dude. There we go. Okay, so that's that guy. And if I want to stick on the further one, it's a bit of a crap stick. Let's do that again. There you go. Okay, so you can sort of get the gist of it, I guess. Like there's some stuff with the landing and the feet going into things, so like bits and bobs to improve. But I think you sort of get the gist of being able to like control yourself in the air. But a lot is determined beforehand in terms of the animation you select. The fall on this guy looks dodgy to me. Actually, he falls way too quick. It seems to be actually a case of the animation, so I need to have a look at that. Because the fall on the other dude looks a bit better, actually. But yeah, that's the gist. But I think if we're gonna do it this way and have it entirely dependent on the animation in terms of how far you go, it's tricky because you need then, in essence, infinite coverage so that your speed can purely determine it. But whether they will ever get that, so this sort of acts as a balancing act to be able to like, I may not go as far, but I can give myself a bit more leeway. But then it means that like if I am running faster and flick from further, I really need to do an animation that will take me further, because now like there is no real difference. Like ironically, the slower one takes you further, which is just wrong. But there is no like, oh, I'm running faster, I flick further, I do a different one. But because of how we programmed it, in theory, I should just need to elaborate a new animation that will automatically go into your bank of moves, and just be picked if you are going faster. That will work. So like, I could show you, to be fair. I'll try and fix this. I mean, it's ironically, not too hard. Sometimes it just works. Like you just get the right like thing, and I guess like you'll see if you just go, you vault, you don't do anything. You say it's like, oh, I'm a little bit short. Okay, I need to give it a little bit of a boost. I push forward just a little bit. Okay, too much of a boost. Okay, maybe go push forward for like half a second and stop, and then okay, I land. Okay, I need to just like counteract that a bit. So okay, that's closer to the edge but not there. Let's do it one more time. Okay, too short this time. So you can start seeing like it's difficult enough where you could have like mechanics and game modes from it. So like stick challenges and like, you know, if you get it on the first try, it's like, oh wow. But then it's not so hard that you're sat here for 20 minutes trying to power up to the exact perfect thing to try and get it right. Like it's still pretty much like, yeah, like within a couple of attempts you'll get it. And then as you get better and you understand the character more, you'll be able, or do the same jump more and more, you'll be able to know, okay, I need to release the stick now, or I need to push this much more power in, or whatever, yada yada. But yeah, that's the gist of it, I guess. Same goes for everyone. So like the reverse for, if it lets me do it, let's do a speed step instead, I guess. I mean that just coincidentally just landed first time. If you see there, he did a different animation, and then it has a different kind of arc off it. Ironically, that worked quite well. So if I do that again, keep pushing, there you go. So if I do it again but pull back, I'll undershoot. If I do it again and push a little bit, then come back, I'll land it in the middle of both. If I push a little bit and then come back, or don't stick. Oh yeah, and you also have to input the stick, so it's like you've got a couple things to think about to make it more difficult. But it's still kind of like, you play it a couple times, you'll be like, yeah, fair. If that explains any of the questions you had. Could have just waffled it. That's sort of the gist of it. It's 4. I was meant to do a clip today on social media, but let's fix this guy. So the stride. Yeah, see, it is the continue. I mean, I do. Yeah, I watch story videos every week. I'm a fan first and foremost. You know what I mean, like, I think you kind of have to be. But I think it's kind of shifted. Like, I kind of really enjoy the guys from like a creative sense. Like, I just like what they do creatively. Now that I was a fan to begin with of their parkour, but now I think beyond the parkour, just a fan of the guys from a creative sense. Like Sasha and his editing, Josh and his kind of creative direction, Drew and all the stuff he does. So yeah, definitely fans. What I want to see about is, first I want to see actually quickly is if I can fix whatever that there's like one dodgy stick where the feet goes into the ground. This guy always goes down. I never ever know. It's okay. Oh, no bueno. That sink of a thing let me climb this Z. Hmm. There's something dodgy about. I don't like the fact that the root. The Z really should be just, you know what I mean? Let's do this. Oh, I guess it depends what type of yeah, the group moving forward. I'm not a huge fan of either. Almost like there should be no, but there needs to be some. This is better because now it doesn't go up or down. It does move forward and back, though, which is always a bit dodgy. But let's see how this behavior affects this guy. Different animation it did. Of course, it does a different animation. Of course, it does a different animation. I think it still did some dodgy stuff. Can't for the life of me figure out what. That. For the life, I have a feeling it's to match. Yeah, it just needs to not move, I guess. Yeah, that's sink into itself. Always high. It's just the one dodgy thing that I'm going to definitely sort that out before we do it. But yeah, in the meantime, anyway, I need to get rid of whatever this was because this is going to kill the landing for like rolls and stuff. Yeah, well, not really actually, because I guess a roll can just stay at 0, but whatever. Yeah, okay. Yeah, a couple of things to look at there. All right, now back to what I was in terms of the strides and plyos. Really want to take them off today. It's this guy, so it's there, right? So as he blends to the next one, it causes an issue. Because he sort of like comes in for his right foot, then the motion of the continuing of the stride, kind of just like kills it. Now, could in theory kill any, like, after you land, like, basically just no, like,
Yeah, I'm back.
stay. Oh, hello. So,
Yeah.
I think I pinpointed what the crux of the problem was for the basically transitioning from a stride to a plyo. You know how we have those like bleed out frames, I guess, where you go from one to the other, right?
Yeah.
The reason the stride to plyo so doesn't really work is because as the animation blends out, the stride obviously continues on, so you can get that nice blend from the foot. But then that means the root moves forward, and then as the blend between the two of those roots takes place, not in terms of they're in the wrong position, but the root in terms of the stride being static, being like pretty much still, and the stride root actually moving forward because you know your legs kicking forward. As those two take place, that's where we get the, like, it moves off of the wall and then drops.
Yeah.
Now, obviously, the tree is just necessarily having a stride that has no, in essence, no follower. I was wondering, is it possible to put, because then the, guess you could be like, have one where the, from like after landing, just halt all movement of the root.
Yeah, but it needs to be a little bit before the landing, right? If you look at the Toby's one, right? Toby's did like a couple of combo between stride and plyos, right? And yeah, the problem is like when he landed from the stride into the plyo, you know, the landing was completely different.
That's the key, right? It's like how you land is actually completely different. Like, I guess this is the tricky part, because it's like if you're doing a stride into a plyo, the stride you do will be like one to go into a plyo. If that makes sense, it's quite a specific action. This is I always think there's the specificity around it. It's like it's exactly what you said. Like, this one is very much to go into another stride. Whereas if you were going into a plyo or a stick, for example, you wouldn't stride this way.
No.
No.
Yeah, it goes back to the same old, not problem, but the same old argument that, so are you in control of your destiny, or is all premeditated? Right? Because like if you just choose to say, right, next jump I'm gonna do a plyo, then you can choose the animation that goes from the stride to the plyo, but you need to choose before you actually do it, right?
Do it.
So,
well, it's one ahead of it. It's like, so I guess, so if I wanted to do this, right, and I said, if I wanted to go jump stride plyo land, it would be, I would need to do the stride to here, then this input would need to be knowing that I want to plyo off this, I would have to input, I have to say basically, oh, I want to stride to land in the plyo. Now I wonder, could we say like the input for this point is a plyo, right? So if I go,
I'm seeing your stream. Like,
oh, sorry, hold on. Let me switch chat. I always forget that you're not seeing it. Because I would say that you don't want to go too far ahead, because I think that's when you lose control. But so, for example, right, if we're here and I was like tap, so let's say tap for stride, press release for plyo, right? Because that's nice, right? Now, so if we're saying this is like tap, so I want to jump to this, so running pre to this, stride to this, then I want to plyo, like stride to this again, stride to this, then I want to stride, but land in a plyo on this guy, right? So this guy, I want to land in plyo position from a stride. If the input was like jump, stride, plyo, right? So you're doing a plyo from this point here, like input wise. Could we then say like, if you're in a stride, right, and you then say I want a plyo, it will do a stride that finishes in a plyo? Does that make sense?
Yeah, no, I'm not sure I get it completely, but I had the same idea roughly, I think. So, like, if you open the animation, I think it's Toby KT1. Yeah. Do you see like him doing some stride and pliers there? There is at some point he does. It does.
He got a bunch of running pre's. Oh, here we go. Well, this is jump, so stride like that. Okay, that's not really. Let's see here. These
Maybe
are
towards the end. I think these are a great jump, by the way. I think we should have this.
Yeah, I need all these. Yeah.
But yeah, like if you go, yeah, I think like go maybe on the second half of this. Yeah, okay, so split forward.
He's knackered.
Knackered. Yeah, it's quite strange to see Toby knackered and just doing some jumps. Yeah, there.
Oh,
Right?
Yeah.
Okay, so
like, let's.
There is a bit in which it mixes up, which is the same bit that we use for the promo, I think. So the bit that he mixes up, right? I think, right, while is in the stride. So if so if it's at the climax, I think at the climax we can swap the animation into, like, we can keep the stride going, or we can say no, now swap the animation to land into the plyo.
So the thing with that is I don't think we'll get a nice and be able to blend enough nicely into two different animations there. What I was thinking was and then also like splitting the animation at climax. There's something I think it would be quite tricky to find that fine-grained control, especially input-wise, because that kind of minimizes your time in which you have to tell yourself to say that you have another move. What I was thinking was basically this. So this right would be a stride. So like in terms of if you think about, so if we do like the animations, right? So okay, so you know how we have our current. Okay, this is exactly what the best way to explain it. So if you think like this would normally be a plyo, the takeoff, right? But we know that it ends in a stride.
Yeah.
Right. So for this scenario, this is actually we would classify it as an input for a stride, right?
Yeah.
And then this scenario, right, where we know it starts in a stride but ends in a plyo, we would classify as an input of a plyo. So basically, what determines whether or not your stride or a plyo is determined by what how you land, right? So if I jump, right, and I say, oh, do a stride, then I need to pick a jump, right, that goes and lands in a stride. And if I'm in a stride already and I say stride, it's like, oh yeah, cool, stride again. But then if I say, oh, I'm landing on a stride and I want to do a plyo, it needs to pick a stride that lands in a plyo for you to then be able to then keep plyoing. So it's,
when do you choose that? Like, what is the point?
You choose it during the move. So it's the exact same way as it works beforehand, right? But the only difference is switching between stride and a plyo will pick an animation that then your next one. So we'll do sort of, because these are neither a plyo or a stride, because they start and end differently, so they're not necessarily, well, they are, but they start in a plyo, ends in a stride, starts in a stride, ends in a plyo. So they're almost like your buffer ones. So if you think like with this animation here, while I'm jumping to this guy, I would either tap or press and release to do either a stride or plyo, right? So then if I say, oh, I want to do a stride, it'd be like, okay, cool. So I'd stride to this guy. Between this stride here, I would tap or press and release to do a stride or plyo, right? What this would then say is that, oh, if I'm in a stride and I want to stride again, right? Then it's like, okay, cool. Just do one of your normal strides. Like you're in the stride again, right? If I'm in a plyo and I want to stride, you need to do something. You need to do the stride that will finish in the plyo. So it's not necessarily like your input is more so. So when I say stride or plyo, it's basically concerned with how I'm going to finish next, rather than necessarily how I'm going to take off. And if you want to chain it, you just need to make sure that you're taking off and finishing on strides. And if I want to chain plyos, I want to take off and finish on plyos. But if I say I want to switch between, so for example, if I said, oh, I want to do a stride, a plyo, a stride, a plyo, and I start off in a stride, then it'll start off in a plyo, for example, then it will do the one that, if I say between this, I input a stride. When it lands here, it'll do the one that's, because it wants to land here at a stride, it will do the plyo to stride. Then if I want to land here at plyo, it'll do the stride to plyo. Then here, if I want to go stride again, it will do the plyo to stride. And if I want to do the thing again, it will do stride to plyo. So it's sort of like, if you can choose each one once you're in the rhythm of that one. But if you're transitioning between the two, there is that like one that starts as one and finishes as the other. That is your sort of like buffer to blend between.
Yeah.
So
you don't transition immediately to, like, you don't land as the move that you want to do. You start as your moving that you were doing, and then you finish the next
as the mood you want to do, because that's how you would blend through. Like, so if you look at like Toby here, for example, and if he said, oh, I want to go here, like his input for this, so for example, this bit here, when he lands here, he doesn't say he wants to stride now. He knew he wanted to stride when he took off, right? So at this point, I'm saying stride. So it's doing the plyo to stride, right? So at this point, I'm saying plyo. It's doing the stride to plyo. So they are technically, it's the same. None of the controls change, right? All that changes is the underlying logic of what necessarily is a stride and what is, like, it's actually, I think it's actually technically correct, because this is a plyo, because what makes it's about the bounce off, like how you land and continue, right? So if I wanted to plyo from this point and I said, oh, I want to stride now, this would be my kind of stride. It'd be a stride where I'm starting from a plyo position, finishing in a stride. If I said I want a plyo, it'd be a plyo from a stride into a plyo. That was just your type of plyo, because you are chaining it from a stride. So the inputs say the exact same, control wise, nothing changes. But I think there might be a case of adding either a subtype here, or potentially just a pose match. I mean, I don't know necessarily how. It could be a case of saying, like, is this a transitional stride move, right? So if your previous jump subtype and your current jump subtype differ, then you might need to say, oh, like, I need to pick one that's a transitional one, like stride to plyo was prior to stride. So there's that. You could definitely do it that way. But I wonder if you, I mean, I don't know. Potentially you could just say, oh, like, pick a stride. See, but I don't want to, the reason why I would opt for that way is because then I don't want to be like, oh, pose match to one that would actually start a stride with 2 feet, because it may be bad for distance and not work out one.
Yeah.
I think
yeah,
control wise, we're better off saying, okay, no, pick a stride that starts off in a plier, or pick a plier that starts
Yes, I
off in a
think
stride.
so. Yes,
And
I think
that makes
also,
sense because then,
yeah,
sorry.
introducing those bridging animation, those transition animation, I think it could be an important concept moving forward. So yeah, I
And
think
the
definitely
reason I like it is
go that
because the
way.
bridges, they in like logically, they apply in the exact same way as the other one. Like you're still saying you're still going stride, plier, 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 plier. And if I wanted to just plier all this way, I could just go plier, 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 plier. But if I'm wanting to do complex changes between the two, rather than landing in a plier going, oh, stride, which like you wouldn't do, instead it's being more clever and saying, oh, hey, you landed in a stride, you're wanting to do a plier, therefore you're going to take off on 1 foot still, but you're going to transition to a plier because, that's how you want to land. Yeah, I think that is the. It kind of. I think it's weirdly. It kind of meets both. It's like I think it's a smart way of. Yeah, linking the two together without changing the controls, and all of this is the user has no clue because we'll just do all of this under the hood, so the user doesn't have to change any inputs. But we'll be like, oh yeah, you're in a stride. You need to do stride to plier if you wanted to do a plier.
Yeah, I think definitely, yeah, that is the correct approach, I think.
And then you're just, oh yeah, that other guy I need to fix. But then it's just like doing this. Oh, I keep doing it. It's the stupid fall it triggers. And
Yeah,
it does the weird one.
when it goes from plier to
It's because it's warping there. I know exactly what it is. It's because there's a fall that gets triggered outside of the warp, even when it has it. That I've picked up on that guy. Yeah, so like here, right? If I went running pre so now, if I went to stride, for example, it would do the plyo, but finish in a stride.
Yeah, right.
And then and like that from that, although it may not be your quintessential like continue like this guy, right? I think it still makes more sense because it's actually, well, I'm 2-footed on a landing. I would have to jump 2-footed and finish 1-footed in order to do it properly.
Yeah. Yeah, I think yeah, it makes sense because basically you want to do it as your next jump, right? So, yeah, so basically you are choosing your next jump, and that is technically, from plier to stride is a stride technically.
Yeah, effectively, yeah. Yeah, I think that makes sense. Okay, I'm gonna let me try that. Let me do it. Like, why not? Like, now I know that we've got some good animations there. Okay, let's do it. Let me do it. Could be that I haven't played it, but how do you initiate either a stride or plier from the first jump? Yeah, so so this jump here is like so like there, like you said, like will be your running pre. So you'll do your running pre here. And then from here, then you'll go into your stride or plier. Like it's just everything's on X or A, whatever. So it's pretty straight. It's pretty so you just like just tap. Ignore the crappy falls up. So if I press and release, I don't think you can see it. So during the jump, I have to input for a stride or a plier. So this will be a plier because I held it a little longer. If I like tap it, it'll do a stride. press and release, we'll do apply. Obviously, this time it's going to fall because it slides off. What I think is also quite cool as well. I think that's one of the cool ways in which we can get those animations where they switch in air from like a plier to a stride. Otherwise, I think it'd be quite hard to actually pick those guys. Which is a cool dynamic, like, because I think without it, I don't think you'll ever really see.
Yeah, the in betweens, right?
The in between, like, where's the animation that we were just looking at? I see. So the first jump now, the running pre initially is a setup for a play. Yeah. So I think this first one, because I think apply and stride, like plyometric, implies that you bounce, like it's like a reactive jump. So you land and go off straight away rather than like, so the first one will always be a running pre. Now the type of running pre you do, I think is that is the differentiator. Like, is it like 1 foot to land on there, or like both feet land on there? I think that is that, if that's the question you're asking. You can do like we can have animations for that to like jump into a stride and then go. Weirdly though, watching, because there's it's quite rare from what I've seen at least to like, maybe that'll just be what I've seen. As I say, to go straight fly. Because I remember there's a video of Benj and he does like a long sequence of stride, and he starts off running, does a pre, and then uses that momentum to kick off the stride. But I mean, to be fair, yeah, I think that is just a case of selecting which running pre, like the kind of running pre you do. I think that would just probably be an input thing. It could again be like if I tap quickly, you want to do a sort of like 1 foot running pre. Or if I press and hold, you want to do a running pre that finishes with 2 feet. But yeah, I think that logic will be the setup of the very initial jump will be separate to the plyometric aspect of strides and pliers. If that makes any sense. But either way, this connecting like in between bits, I think will be necessary. Let me do it now. Still need to fix this falling too. Let's see here actually. So yeah, if we get out, let me find what's it called? Is it what's it? I'm trying to think what it's called. It's okay, this guy. Yeah. Callum's like yeah, so this thing here, right? So he does like a sequence of pliers, and like so the first one he goes into is like a sort of like 1 foot, like this is basically the animation we have for that, right? And then I think Benj has I think I got it on STORROR PARKOUR PRO Instagram. Like ages ago. Yeah, here. If you see the first, like, yeah, so the first jump, this is what you mean, right? That first jump, how he jumps into the stride, yeah. That I think will come from how you select your pre. So I think, yeah, that depends on your first input, I believe. I think it's that might, maybe that's like a tap or a press and hold. So yeah, that's potentially a way we can do that. No, that's a good thing the interesting element. I think definitely for now, I'll have them just pre with what we got, but differentiating how you pre is also will come along. And then I think then how you do that running pre to start things off will be then you're like, oh, I can select to do a 1 foot or plyo into pre, like that kind of thing. Sort of the same thing as you said, to be fair. Like if I'm standing still and I do that tap, maybe I want to go land 1 foot to go into the stride. All right, let's so like we could create a sort of, that's like transitional precision transition, and you could say like stride to plyo, plyo to stride, and then let's see where we would. But I guess we'd say when we do jump, you say jump, right? Yeah, so this guy, we check if it's a combo, we want to evaluate. I guess here. Because here we can evaluate the current thing you're doing. Because we've not set the new one yet. So we can evaluate the current one that you're doing. Be like, am I currently doing a plyo? Let's do it. I think this is the perfect. It's actually like perfectly. Ironically, see, this is good code. It's kind of just set up perfectly to it. Let's just debug some stuff, right? So let's just say like. So here we've got our desired input, right? The jump we want to execute. So we say if get anim params, so jump parameters jump subtype is equal to e jump type. If it's equal to a stride, is this a static function? Oh, I knew it. There we go. That should fix it. Okay. Yeah, so we say, look, if our current one is a stride and our basically this this is probably wouldn't how to do it. Probably create like some kind of way to compare these two. Right, so if we say if we currently do a stride and we want to do a plyo, then let's just say dt pick a stride to plyo. That can be a jump type. It can be a stride to, like, I guess as a type we'd have stride to plyo or plyo to stride. Those would be the stride, the types. And let's go 0 so we say pick a stride to plyo. Let's throw a color in there so we can really let's go emerald, always a good color to have. Pick a stride to plyo. Else if we say if we're doing a plyo and we want to do a stride, Pick a plier. And these would be jump types. And obviously, so if I normally would just do else, but if neither of these are true, we actually don't want to change whatever we select because we could just want to keep doing strides, right? So yeah, so we just say this. Slide code that. This should just now ping for us. I've got so much debug messages that I need to clear up. Might do that in a minute because it's becoming harder and harder to debug. All right. Let's go this guy. Did that even do anything? I can't even. I'm blind as a bat. Is that live coded? Ooh, oh, I've turned off folding. Okay. Okay, that's not getting debugged then. Um. I wonder. I don't think that's ever getting pinged to be honest. Oh, it's because I didn't actually. No, it is working. I just never I never did the case. I never did the stride into apply. So okay, so if I take off there and I want to stride, for example, and then now I want to do a plier, should ping. Okay. Oh, there you go. Pick a stride to plier. Okay, hold on. But here, this should pick. Yeah, nothing. It should just do plier. So now if I were to stride, it should say pick a plier to stride. Yeah. I mean, it kind of does, but yeah. There you go. Okay. We don't need this guy. I don't really like this long ass thing here. Looks a bit kind of a bit stupid. What you could really do is just rather than checking both, like you only really care if this is the case, right? So yeah, do you see what I mean? What the debug message? Um, you know what? Let's do this. Don't like this at all. Let's do two tertiary. So we say precision jumps. The first one dot ACU jump is equal to. So this one is whether or not I want it to be So it's either going to be a stride or plier to stride, right? So that means if my previous jump was a plier, right? Yeah, if my previous jump was a plier, so yeah, so this is here where we initialize it as a stride, right? So no matter what, like the first thing we always do is say, oh, we're doing a stride, and then we just have one check. So we initialize. So if my previous jump was a plier, then I want to say, oh, let me actually add the type. Hold up. I'm not sure about those names, but what? So we say here, my previous jump was a plier, then I want to do a plier to stride if I'm for the stride. Otherwise, it's just a stride. Then we say, look, if I want to do a plier, then we say my exterior jump, same thing. But we just check first. My previous one a stride. If so, I need to do stride to plier. Otherwise, you jump. I just need to do a plier. Now we can get rid of all these weird if steps, ugly looking stuff. And my lovely little Control L, and that looks a lot nicer, doesn't it? This is just a random number. This needs to actually be a value. Okay. Cool. So what we can now do, I ain't gonna pick any animations. I'm gonna reload everything. I don't think I don't think it's gonna pick any animations because It says, yes, okay. Let's pop this back open. See you in a bit, London. Thanks for joining the stream. I shall be probably. Oh yeah. Monday video. That's part. Oh, best comp of the year. Too right. Classic. All right, let's see. Now, so it should now. Yeah, now it should not pick any jump. Yeah, cool. Correct. So now, let's add them in. This should be a bit of a, so you guys can see how scalable, I guess, the system is. It should be pretty, to add in an animation case like this, all through code. So we don't need to add any like, oh, create a state. If this happens, create this state for transition. Ah, no, that nonsense. Let me turn off these freaking notifications. All right, so now I should be able to just, I don't know where it was. One of these guys, wasn't it? I swear. Around here, wasn't it? Here we go. So this will be the plyo to stride. Start here. It'll take off when it takes off. We'll land here. And then we'll end it like that. So we have a nice big old, crap. What I haven't done Hmm. The only thing is that um yeah, I guess the only thing is going from a stride to apply, you can't really start foot middle. So you actually have to um well, also be this annoyingly. Um which shouldn't matter much because the stride they finish at the same point, so it's just a is a case to account for.
Yeah, maybe you
Then
should
now
have put forward for all the players as well, right?
yeah, probably. Yeah, probably too tough. Should all be, if they're gonna do that really, it should be all
Yeah, because it doesn't really matter which foot is forward
which foot is
on a
always the
player.
biggest one.
It's really,
Playing.
really
I think I had it before, and I don't think it changed. I think I literally had it the same way, and it was basically the same thing. Yeah, let me do that as well, because then this is a mess. No bueno. In terms of subtitles, what we got?
Because I really believe that with that fix that I did last night, with the root not starting at the offset, I think we should really not have much of a problem blending different roots, because the next root is gonna be a zero anyway. Well, it starts at zero anyway, so it shouldn't really be a problem. Thanks, last words.
Guys, look at it. So, elaborate this guy. Don't crash. Didn't crash. That. Yeah, we've got very nice. We got a nice amount of launch, land. It's nice. It's got a little bit to blend out time, so hopefully it doesn't do that. So launch, plied, stride to plyo. So this will give us a plyo to stride. So I plyo, then I want to stride. There you go. Ah. Oh yeah, ignore that second bit, but. See, it's already better. Like, it just is. Oh, so that did this stuff. So if I do this, and I apply it and I stride. Yeah, it's just so much better. Oh my goodness. That's so good. So good. Wow. Okay, cool. And then I just need to do the exact same thing for the stride to plier. Start here. Yeah, these never have as much. Yeah, I'm gonna just let the takeoff do its thing. And I'm gonna let landing do its thing too. I don't need to touch any of this. And end here. We just go. We finish the next one. Basically, I give it a load of. I give it a load of like. Oh, I knew you would do that. Oh, yeah. Got a funny feeling it might do that. Let's go. Oh, no, I'm an absolute numpty. I elaborated as the wrong thing. Because I said this is a plier to stride. This is a stride to plier. Damn it, David. Why did I do that? I can't really delete it, can I, right now either? Save those guys. This guy I need to delete, but I can't really. So let's just deactivate for now.
I think. So what? Uh, do you ever have crash on delete?
Yeah, I believe so.
Like every time?
Yeah, I'll check in a sec. Sorry.
Yeah, just save everything. But
Oh, wait, let me turn off the falling so I can actually do this now. Um, Never great to just have to turn off the falling to make it work, but you know what I'm saying. Although now it's pretty damn good. To be honest, I ain't gonna lie to you. I love it when it just works. Yeah, I mean, 20 minutes, you just add a whole feature, I guess. Good gymming with. What is it? Post today. I'm doing the cut passes. Okay, try this out now. So, okay, completely over jump it. Yeah. So then let's do stride, plyo. Yeah, that's awesome. So stride. Now, if I want to do a plyo, it's gonna stride out into the plyo. And this will plyo out into a stride.
yeah, I think the transition is a lot better now.
I think it obviously doesn't fall, but I think it's really unique now. Actually, could be the time at which you
Yeah,
start.
do you think it's just trying to keep that route?
Like that guy works so well, but it's because of the route that you're in the blend. The one animation moves hella far forward. The other one doesn't.
Maybe the we can fix the route on the plyo. We can fix the route until you take off, because you really don't want to move the feet, right? And if you move the feet while you're taking off, it means that, I mean, the data is just a little bit wrong. Like that is perfect, right? But there, like,
See, it's
can you go
also
from
but I think what it is there is
yeah,
that I think
yeah,
what it is, it's the blend, because we blend between the two animations, but and I think the root is moving because of the cutout frames. The root of the previous animation is moving forward, and that's where like that this is where the trouble that plyo to stride is the primary, I think.
yeah,
So this will do a plyo to stride now. So take off and a plyo. I mean that's
yeah.
so
That's
this will
pretty
go
good.
stride to plyo.
Yeah, that is where it goes.
Oh, hold on. It's because it's not doing the right one. Hold on. It's actually just wrong. So this should go stride to plyo. It's picking the wrong one. It's not picking this guy.
Okay.
Definitely because these two are the same. Yeah, definitely sound dodgy here. Oh yeah, here, like it's the same animation. It's just the complete wrong animation it's picking. Nah, it's just picking the wrong one. Yeah, it's the stride. Yeah, it's picking the wrong completely because this guy's messed up. Yeah, I can't delete this dude, which is really annoying. Two two
Try. I
five
mean,
five.
save everything and can you show me the error?
So if I
Or the
delete
graph?
that,
Yeah.
register attribute, find
Go
metadata.
the be back again. Yeah, that one. Uh, can you show me what is the content of row? Um,
Yeah, this is the one I want to delete.
sequence. So Animontage is known, but Animontage mirror is not known. What the hell is going on there? Oh, because he just deleted it, right? Okay, yeah. So he deleted that one. Okay.
Yeah, so here, delete this guy.
Okay.
So it's
So
here when we want to delete them.
yeah,
Yeah, delete the mirrored one. It's got the right name. He goes delete asset. One asset to delete.
yeah. Then it goes deep into the real engine code. Okay, sorry. Just go validate input change. That is our yeah. No what?
Oh, so this is where the error comes in.
Oh yeah, no, sorry. Go one below this. Post change property. Yeah. So yeah, I think this is where it goes wrong. I think the asset is deleted. Yeah. No. Okay. So can you? Yeah. No. It's only in the. It's only in the widget. There is a problem. The post edit change property. So validate input. Yeah. Sorry. Go into post. Validate input change. Okay. So can you show me what is human anim parameters? Can you show me that? Yeah.
Yeah, the mirrored montage is deleted because it's null at this point.
Yeah.
So there seems it has been deleted. It just obviously it hasn't deleted these two yet because it hasn't got to it. It's crashed on the montage mirrored one.
So
Error message equals that. What?
yeah, no, that is empty, right? Yeah. So there is yeah, I mean the error message is empty, which is correct, right?
Oh, but hold on, you got no retarget source asset. The source anim sequence. Oh no, you got yeah. That's valid. Yeah, so it's not. And so then it says set error text message.
Yeah. I mean
Oh, is it? It's because error message is empty. And then set visibility.
I mean, the another thing, this is just the stupid, yeah, stupid. You know what?
Can be?
Okay.
Can I? Can I go in? Can I kill this by chance?
You know, just go inside there. Can you kill? Yeah, okay. Kill, validate. Yeah, okay. Yeah, kill all of that.
Kill this guy or the whole thing? Just this
The
guy.
whole thing. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, that will just that won't show an error message if there is one on the top of the widget. You know, like we have a couple of error messages, but I had an error message at the top of the widget just to check that because I had a big problem if the animation source didn't have a valid retargeter, well, a valid retargeted pose.
Yeah.
But that was like back in the days, and possibly there is something there. It's still, yeah, they haven't updated. So now, if you look at the log, right, in theory, you should see that there are some warnings in the. So maybe, yeah, wait, maybe no. Now we need to go through the animation again and just making sure that that is cleared. I think there is another one of the animation that go and rough when I think it's one of the standing jumps. You see now from the logs, if you check the warnings, you see yeah, see all of them. Can you show the debugger output? No, sorry. Yeah, the console. No, what is it? Okay, yeah, the debugger output and scroll forward, up. There, go until you see some yellow messages. Don't see any. Okay, in here, right? Do you have something in the output log?
In what?
In Unreal. Yeah, okay, go a little bit. Why don't have any warnings? Yeah, warnings, but not the one that I was expecting. I mean, which is a good
when it isn't
thing,
broken.
right? But, yeah. Right, so
I love
now, yeah, can you check that? Yeah, so I think you need to manually delete that thing now because I think he has a half and half, or maybe like re-elaborate and then delete or something like that.
Maybe I need to pop this guy.
Oh, here we go. Yeah, there's one. Yeah, I thought that. Oh, you don't have the warning colored. Ah, very bad. I'm pretty sure he had lost them, but they're not colored. Why he don't have a yellow?
I don't know.
Right, okay. No, therefore, like, wow, that's weird. Like, anyway. So, can you check those ones? And yeah, I mean, either go there again and re-elaborate or just delete them. I'm going to re-elaborate first because that sucks. But okay, no, I mean, try delete. I mean, which is the one that you need to
This
delete?
guy's on
The
I want
one?
to delete.
Okay, try because yeah, that's already got an anime montage. That is, yeah, it's unbroken there. Did he kill that one? But I mean, that's good. It didn't crash, right? No, it didn't crash, right?
Too soon.
Right. So data table.
Okay, they removed them all. Update data table list.
Yeah. What does it say?
Ooh.
What human emotion toolkit is known? No, what is known?
Data table.
Yeah, but that's fine. It should never go there, right? Because it's known. No, I think it's complaining before that, right? Can you see this? It's gonna be big, but oh yeah, human motion toolkit. What? Value's been destroyed. Dang. Right, okay, I need to fix it then. Yeah, I mean, this is just a little bit too messy, to be honest. Okay, leave it with me. I'm gonna fix it later on today. Yeah, it's just too messy.
No problemo. No problemo.
Because yeah, I now that we got the animation that are decent size, we may need to resume that like saving into a big animation data table after all, because as it stands now, we cannot package the build because we access the content browser at runtime, and that's really
bueno. I see. No bueno.
So yeah, we need to change that anyway. So might take the hit now and say, okay, let's just have a build.
No bueno. Okay. No puedo. No puedo. No puedo. All right.
In a couple of minutes.
012 scrapped straight 013. That's what I heard. Sack it off. Ironic, I think it did delete it. That's the irony of it all. I just didn't update the guy. wondering what I was getting. So there we are. This is what we want to see. All right, now let's check it out. Let's see if it works. How it should. Jump. Then do a stride. Then do a plyo. Stride to plyo. It's still that significant crazy blend. See, the plyo one just doesn't have that crazy blend there. Obviously, that sequence is steezy though. So jump, stride. Oh, where are you off to, mate? So jump, stride, stride to plyo. Plyo to plyo. Plyo to stride. Stick. Okay. Jump, stride. It's actually quite hard to do that. Jump. But that is so. See, that is the dynamic. That's the thing you lose if you do it the other way. You lose the. Yeah, if you do it like individually, you lose this animation where you go from a stride. It takes off way too late to apply it. That's the only thing I know. It just takes off a little too late. That plier to stride is beautiful. What an animation. Falling on nothing. Man, this pissed me off. Then stride again. Man, you can really sculpt quite a techie line. Oh, so let me do stride, 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 plyo. Okay, I want to land it in a plyo, so. Ah, there you go. That's easy. Stride, stride. Okay, you gotta get used. You gotta like. I can see why it's easy if you just do the same one. Right, it's pretty simple. But if you want to start mixing and matching, you got to start thinking a bit more. Doing so this will go plyo to stride. Stride. Ooh, no bueno. Stride to plyo. Stride to plyo. And then this will go plyo to stride. No. Because then, you know what? I didn't think of this. This is the one case I did not account for. Is. See, I'm stupid. I'm just an idiot. Very stupid, mate. Yeah, so I'm saying like, oh, if you're. Yeah, I'm saying here like, oh, if you previously were a plyo, or I don't like this either, to be honest. Yeah, that was the thing I needed to say. So if you were previously a plyo, or you were previously a stride to plyo, so you're landing in a plyo, then you need to apply it to stride. It's just that. And the same applies for this guy. Or you were in a plyo to stride, so you were in a stride, then you need to stride to plyo. Otherwise, you need to just plyo. That should make it work. This is the most relatable stream title to my typical experience with building a project. I'm telling you. Literally, the mirroring yesterday night, you weren't even there. Literally, last night, I was like, I had noticed this thing for a while. I was like, the mirroring, something about it feels right. So it was doing the strides, and it was just like picking the. So it should go like right foot, left foot, but you shouldn't have to tell it to. It should just be like assess the pose, pick, and then decide whether or not you need to mirror, right? Because it's ridiculous. Why do you need to say left or not if it should just. You can just weight the value, decide if you need to mirror, and then you don't need to change any logic inside of it. So you can do it all at runtime. So runtime mirroring, right? Uh, then the then so the mirror is all botched in the end. It was giving complete wrong numbers. You kind of have to know which one. You see, yeah. So see, there's a really fine balance, right? Because I think Dumbus is right. There's like you don't want to like you want to play. You want to be the character and trigger actions. You don't want to watch your character do like a lot of things you'll see is like you watch your character do cool stuff. That is cool to the extent, but you want to feel like you're making them do the cool stuff. So there's like a really small margin of like how removed you can be from individual action. So for example, if you're queuing up moves, if you queue more than one thing ahead, you are just going to watch your character do it and you will feel disconnected from it. So in this scenario here, it's still input wise and everything, it's still the same thing. You're still triggering a stride, you're still triggering a plier, you're still triggering all that. What we're doing is adding a level of abstraction so that it's a stride, but it's a stride that's going to start off in a plier. Like the player don't know that. The player's just saying stride, plier, plier. And to the player, he'll go into the stride like position, right? Like climber. He'll go like that. So he'll be like, oh, I did a stride. But what he's really doing is a little bit more complex because he's in essence like doing a plyo in terms of takeoff, but he's transitioning into a slight stride purely because of how he entered that movement. And rather than having it to be a whole like if it's just like, oh hey, just so here, if I just want to stride all the way across, happy days, right? If I want to just ply all the way across, input. Ooh, that's quite cool. So if I want to like ply all the way across, input doesn't change, right? But then if I say, oh, you know what, I want to plyo to stride to plyo. Oh, okay, hold on, I need to actually do the input. If I want to plyo to stride, I keep already mixing up the button presses. So if you want to plyo to stride, it's trickier because your button press changes. So repeating the same one is easy, but when you have to tap, hold, release, tap, hold, release, it changes up the dynamic. You have to concentrate. So like tap, hold, release, tap, hold, release. So like there, you see how he's doing like stride, plyo, stride, plyo. And although you're not seeing him do stride, plyo, stride, plyo, it's a lot more accurate because the transition between like that sequence there was flawless because the transitions between the two are how your character in real life would actually process this change between the two, whilst keeping you still in control from like a macro, like from like a you see so like plyo, and then say I want to do plyo. Let's switch them up each time, right? So let's go a bit further back. So let's go. Actually, you know, let's go here. Let's start with a standing pre. So standing pre, and let's go. I want to go straight into a stride, right? And then I want to go into a plyo, and then I want to go into a plyo again, and then I want to go into a stride. Do you see like that? The way in which that is preserved is just infinitely better. Or you could just say, yeah, I just want to stride, you know. Or you could say, oh, you know, on stride, okay, I want to stride, plyo, you know. So there's it gives you, ironically, in a realistic sense, all of a sudden, a way to sculpt and transition between stuff in a way that looks and feels real. Like already this looks 10 times realer and more like you'd see you know, in real life. And if they were to go from a plyo into a stride, and look way more like this. So you can have your. Oh, he would have fallen. I really like this, to be honest. So the last thing we got to fix is this crappy, crappy. Oh yeah, I've turned off falling, so the some of the wall is gonna be crazy because you would fall and it wouldn't do it. But you can't fall a little bit, so you just you can't fail. You can see here he'll just jump in thin air. Um, so if you see any crazy like pulling to the thing, it's just because I've turned that off. Quite cool to be like plyo. Actually, a lot of fun to be honest. So if I finish off on the stride, so plyo, oh, plyo. You can also like delay or just do a sequence of standing jumps, or you can like standing jump, cut, oh, standing jump, stick. And you can do standing jump, plyo, stride, plyo, stick. Or you can do stride, 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 stick. Or you could do plyo, stride, plyo, stride, stick. Or you can do plyo, 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 stride, stick. Or you can do stride, 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 plyo. Oh, see, that's hard. Stride, 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 stride. See, that when you want to do like that, that's when it's a bit trickier. Now, there. Okay. You get the gist. It's actually a lot of fun, to be honest. I could just do. I guess, like, making the game, right? I'm always just like, each mechanic you add, yeah, I'm like, could you do this for hours? Oh, there's no falling. What am I trying to do? Yeah, I'm always just like, when I make it, I'm just like, okay, could I just stride and plyo for hours and then you like, okay, that's a good mechanic, it's fun. But imagine if you had to spend 10 minutes just to jump, like just getting across them. Like I don't know, like I just don't think getting across this, doing that should be hard. What's hard is all the extra stuff, like okay, how you want to mix and match, getting the perfect stick, doing stride, plyo, stride, like that is the tricky bit. But just jump into it, that should just be easy, you know? My view. I guess the main thing now that I'm trying to store is that blend out. Once that's sorted, that'll fix the landing. And then when that fixes the landing, I think this mechanic is probably wraps. For this version, it's always gonna get better and better because I'm still not a huge fan of that. Some of the warping on the stride is a bit dodgy. I really do this all day, fam. Actually, bare fun. I've just been playing it. I can't lie to you. But then again, would you guys want me to make a game that I don't enjoy playing? You know what I mean? So there's no point in that. Yeah, so I do for all the stuff like flipping off and stuff like that. I need to just add an animation for that. Count in essence, to be fair. I think pretty sure. Let me see. Yeah, that's a tricky input. The core controls are a bit dodgy right now. Hold on, let's see here. Oh, I forgot to hold the right trigger. Hold on. Oh, that was sick. Yo, that was sick. Oh, let me do that again. Hold up. Whoa, whoa, whoa. That was awesome. Stride, stride, stride again, and then let's trigger a cork. Right foot, left foot. Stick it at the end. Boom. Yo. I love that it lands on the right foot, then takes a step with the left foot. It just feels so real. Obviously, if you were to cork off, different story, right? Can you play on texture map? I got the geometry now is crazy though. Like in terms of, it's actually not too bad. It's actually pretty fun. It's just a lot of things are big. Like gaps are like huge. It's like the gap is between like stuff is like this big. Now I think I could run in pre-this, to be fair. It's just too big. We'll get a jump in there eventually. I'm so, you know what? See, why doesn't he fall? I feel like I could do that. Or was that just too far? Just need to take off later. Nah, it's just too far. Oh, I need to re-elaborate all these. They all have the wrong mirroring. You could definitely make that. I think it's got the wrong mirroring. That's why the foot goes off. And there's also, I don't use the minimum, the maximum search time. Oh, I'm so stupid. No, no, it is a minimum search time. He would fall at this point, by the way. What is that? Oh, you get the gist. That's my favorite move, actually, just the float. Where you just stand in midair. Okay. Um. Yeah, I mean, and obviously you can also like adjust your rotation ever so slightly, so you can like stride like to the left, to the right, to the left. Obviously, it's a bit drastic. We need to put more of a damper on the turning of your character in that regard. Should be more of a gradual change. And I guess the techie thing, I'm telling you, it actually depends. Let's see how good I am at this. And this is the fire. This is the other bit, like, because then accuracy plays a role. Because it's all good when it's like this, right? But then, how good are you? Oh, first try. I mean, I am just amazing. in terms of aiming it. So there I missed. God damn it. That's the other thing I need to make it do. I need to, even when it's jumping off, I need to always make it do. Ooh. Man, they're playing with me, man. The best player in the world. Take it back. Take it back. Let's see. No. Wait. Let's see if I start at an angle. Make my life a little bit more tight. It's a bit too easy, so I'm coming in from a bit more of an angle. Cool. All right, already messed up. Let's stop. Standing through. Boom. 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 Oh, that's a lot harder. Wow, okay. Wow, you really got... Let me arc that camera. No, it's actually a bit trickier. I'm gonna get this, though. Once I get this, I'll check it in. There you go. Mate, it's there. He would normally do... He should be doing a plier off that. Rather than... There we go. There we go. There we go. As you can see in all of these, my sticks are awful. Because, like, I'm so focused on the accuracy of, like, the movement and what move I'm doing, that by the time it comes to stick, I'm like, my brain is like, I can't even focus. So I guess the better player will be able to be like, yeah, calm, like, oh, what, this is easy. Like, yeah, a better player will be able to like, yeah, cool, come around here. Well, you'll be stick on the beam? Sure. Oh, damn it. And then they'd get a perfect stick if they don't really have to. I guess as you play, there you go, like that. You'd get more familiar with the input timing, and then you'd also be familiar with the control. So then you can focus more on the stick element at the end of the line. But then as you first start off, you're probably going to prioritize. Ooh, nice with it. Yeah, let's call it a day there. All right, cool. I know. I've just been playing for the last 20 minutes. I ain't even been working, bro. I was meant to do this. I'm meant to fix this other thing. Let me check this crap in. Uh, Can you reduce all the slabs and make them poles and stride them and stick at the end? Uh, Technically, I can, right? I guess let's do it. That's hard. That's hard. If you could do that, fair play. I'm not even gonna try. I could take a pole like this, maybe. This I can get behind. Otherwise, ain't no way, Jose. Damn. Damn, that is techie. All right, let's see. Let's see what we got. Okay, I've got to start off I've got to start for the standing jump. Hold up. Let's do that. Okay, it's got to be a standing pre-start. But then I actually want to be dead above. Okay. Oh, can you face forward, please? Okay, take a little step to the right. Okay, a little too much. Little step to the left. Too much. Little step to the right. Go on. All right, I'll do. Okay. Damn it. Oh, I'm useless, mate. Okay, there we go. No, oh my, it's actually kind of hard. It's all right. It's not for me. Though. I'm the best player in the world. All right, take it back. All right, it's got to be a standing free to start. Can you stand still, mate? Wow. See, this is where the precision though needs to really be in. Okay, really, that's a good angle. That's a good angle. Straighten up a bit. Boom. I'm too good with it, man. There we go. Backflip. Don't. Sure, how cool that would have been. Oh my goodness, that would have been the sickest thing. Alright, you gotta do it 2 times so it doesn't happen. Oh. That's the one. That's the one. No. Okay, I got. Ah, yeah. See, if you come an angle, hella hard. That's. No. See, the blue thing helps a lot. Nah, I'm not even coming close. Hold up. All right, stop. No, shift to the right.
Why to choose the very long jump?
Oh, that's if it just thinks you're jumping off. Like you just say, "Oh, I just want to leap off this thing," because it can't find a. It should be a plier. That's one of the next things I need to add.
But if we favor velocity above all else,
yeah, there's only one animation for jumping up. Like that's
right. I see.
Yeah. Yeah, and like when the precision mode, we need to make that.
Toby has got a lot of those, small and intermediate jumps. I think that is a pretty good session.
Damn, man.
Elaborate.
Oh yeah. See, this is when it gets techie. Please. Oh, I've got it. Okay, well, no. Move forward. Move to the right. Move a little bit forward. Little bit forward. All right, here we go. Standing back. I love it when the feet go off.
I almost counted. I think you can count that.
Technically, he said stride. Wow. Okay. So that's how you're gonna play.
Who said the challenge?
So it said stride all these. That's gonna be hard though, because no, that's gonna be hard. Should apply that. He had too much momentum. He just slid off. Goodness gracious me, dude! I could do this all day. I actually had it. I should have. Thing is, I just needed to plyo at the end, but I needed to do the stride to plyo, but instead I did the freaking. Okay, this is it. No, it's not. Okay. Jesus, if you don't get a good angle to start, it makes it hella hard. Okay, there we go. I had it, man. Oh my goodness, it's pissing me off so much. Can you please just play? Okay, let me go a bit closer. Maybe I need more fine-grained control. This is it. There we go. There we go. Oh my god. Just sprint at it. You know what? I'm just gonna launch myself at the thing. Okay, maybe not. Let's not do that. Okay, let's charge it up. Run straight. There you go. You know what? It's first person it. That's the one. That's the one. That's the. Ooh. Maybe not. Maybe not. Maybe not. Oh, here we go. No, I see. I need to just let go of the stick. Oh, this is it. This is it. It's definitely stick drift. The reason I can't do it is stick drift. There's no other reason. It's definitely just not a skill problem. You know what? Let's take our time. We're in no rush. We've got all the time in the world. You know what I mean? Now, what I want to do. No. Go backwards. There we go. Just face the direction in which I want you to face. Okay. Plyo, and then I need to plyo this guy while pushing the stick forward in the right direction that I want it to go. There we go. Oh, mate. In the middle too. Look at that. Oh, perfect stick. Just look at the, I mean, you don't get better than that, really. But I've now been doing everything other than work for the last 30 minutes. So yeah, for sure. Or you could always go from this angle if you really wanted to be techie. So cinematic. Oh,
Good angle.
Lordy, Lord. That was kind of sick. So I always get carried away when I start doing this shit. All right. I want to take a break. Yeah. Let's take a break. Cool. When I get back, I need to fix whatever this falling is. Put a wall before the takeoff and cat pass ply on the whole thing.
You know what's quite cool that when yeah people ask these questions, we sometimes we can actually do it with the current technical.
No, that's what I'm about to. I was just thinking about it. Let's see what happens. Who knows? Oh, I've turned off falling. Oh, okay. Is it gonna be doable though? And I think it would work the exact same way, right? But you would have to aim the Kong so that it would land there. Let's try it. Hold on, let me try this. Let me see if it is just theoretically just possible now. Because I always think if it's let's tighten the Kong in a bit better. Now I'm just trying to Kong. It is possible because the fact he just did a stride means it is theoretically possible. Now the key bit would be the ability to yeah, he should fall at this point. Right, hold on. I gotta do this right. You can't actually. I think this is doable. Hold up. I think this is very doable. He needs to, I'm just going for the sake of this. I'm just gonna move this little beam, back a little bit, just for the sake of for research purposes. You should just apply it to that or stride to it. Oh, he picks a normal because he doesn't have a. He needs to actually land it, I think. Yeah. That's an interesting one. That's an interesting one. That is an interesting one. I think that's all that really is the ability to adjust your landing point, which you can do, which I actually allow you able to do. But to adjust your landing point to stay on this beam, the edge of this ledge. Now the difference is, right, that would technically the way you'd vault that it's again one of those ones, right? The way you would vault that if you knew you were gonna do that is slightly different. Like you would vault very much to kind of. But I like the thought of that. I do like the thought of that. That is, and it almost works. I think it just needs a couple bits and bobs in there, and it should work. Yeah, you can stick that. Oh. Leave. Because it's so tricky because you can't actually see. I think he's not actually landing on that guy. Nah, he's not actually landing on it. I think it would be, to be honest, I think we'd help you get there. Now, if it's something like, yeah, I think something on a similar level, like a little height like this, like between like this kind of range, we'd help you get there. Right, I'm gonna call it there. I'm gonna take a break. Some good changes, some good fixes, and some good testing. um, especially with the plier stride stuff. That's all pretty good. The last thing I need to do is sort out the fall, and I think that is gonna come from the blend out of this guy. This guy's fine because he's static while blending out, but this guy is where the problem arises because while you blend out, after like very short amount of time, it literally, yeah, you literally end up. Could it? I mean, ooh. Hmm. Could that be it? Nah, I need to take a break. I need to go gym. It's almost not. It's over 7. Damn, I need to go gym and go dinner. Oh no. That did fix it. Oh crap. Oh, sorry guys. Yeah, my bad. Both clips were just running in the background. I mean, that fixed both of it actually. Okay, so then let's see what the plier to stride to plier was the. Yeah, that guy. It's all. It was the plier to stride that was crazy wrong. That one's real nice. But when it's a stride, when it's this stride to a plier, never that good. Depends, like sometimes, right? So stride to plier. That one's real good. Damn it, what the hell? So let's go stride to plier now. Oh. Interesting. Doesn't have the best blend. Doesn't have the best blend. Oh, damn, it lands ages ago. Hold up. Wait a minute. The sun ain't right. All right. Okay, I'll do this later. Okay, when I come back later, fix the stride to plier transition. Then reintegrate the falling. Wait, so I'll make a note. Reintegrate the falling. And then debug stuff. Actually, maybe social media clip. Yeah, let's get a clip for socials. All right, I'm actually gonna stop. I shall catch you guys in a bit.